Second is let's download and install the Tortoise SVN client. Okay, now we have the client installed. Next is let's check out the source code from the SVN server. So let's locate our folder that we created earlier, the Duracell Power Mat folder. Right click on this, um, select SVN checkout, and then type this URL. Click OK. Accept the certificate. Type in your username and password. Okay, this will take a couple of minutes. So I will be back when the download is done. Now that the source code is now downloaded, next step is to set up the site in IIS. So let's proceed with that one. So these are all the directory structure, and the branch should be empty. The installer contains the installer for Sitecore, but we don't need to install this because on the trunk this is already the exploded version of Sitecore. So we have the data, we have the database. The data contains the license key. The database contains the MDF, and the site, this is the website, the web root. So I'm going to go ahead and set up IIS. If you're running on Windows 7, it should be the same steps. I'm going to put Duracell here. I'm going to point to the web root, which is in my path. It's under projects, trunk, website. So website is the web root. I'm going to click OK. It will ask me that there's a conflict of the binding. That's okay because of the default website. I'm going to click yes. So I'm going to disable the default site. I'm going to stop this. And then I'm going to start the Duracell. And I'm going to run it. I would expect an error at this time. So it's missing the license. So let's go ahead and configure the web config. So I'm going to open up. I'm going to go to the web config, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm gonna use a better use this one here. So I'm gonna go to the website. So not this one. I need to go to the projects, Duracell, trunk, and website, because that's where my website was checked out when I did SVN. I'm gonna highlight web config. I'm gonna edit this, and I need to be look. I need to look for the data folder and update this to point to my data folder in under trunk, this one here. So I need to use this path. I'm gonna copy this path, and I'm gonna replace that with that one there. Okay, and then I'm gonna open up SQL Server because I need to restore the database. Here I'm using SQL Server 2012. You can actually use and you can download and install the Express version of 2012 since we are only doing development, so it should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and connect, and then I'm gonna attach the database. Now the database are located on the database folder, so I'm gonna go back to my projects folder, open trunk, and the database is right there. Open NDF and start. I'm gonna start with the core, and also make sure that you also you also locate the log file. So the log file is on the other side. It's on the other folder called LDF. So I'm going to select the corresponding log file, which is core.ldf, and click OK. There I have the first one. I'm gonna do the same attachment for the other database. I'm gonna do the master, change the log file for the master. Again, it's on LDF folder and master.ldf. I'm just gonna do the other one also, the last one, which is the web, and make sure that the log file is found. The log file is web.ldf. Click OK, and there I have the 3 databases. The next step is I'm gonna update the connection string so that it will point to my local 2012 Express. So I'm going to go to the web root. Under the app config, there is a connection string. Open that one, and local 2012. Let me review the connection string again here. Connect. Local Express. Let me just check if this one will work. Okay, let me see what my connection string. I need to figure out what my SA connection string. I have another project here that's running, and I'm just gonna review what the connection string for that one. So in your end also you need to figure out, you should have access to the connection string. So it express, okay, so it's this one here. So I'm gonna update the one for the Duracell and just copy over the connection string. I'm gonna start with the data source, replace that with the correct data source. SA. So for local development, I'm using SA. That's okay because this is not a deployment, it's only internal to my system, so I don't have to worry about security. And then I just want to make sure that I have the correct database names. Okay. Okay, seems like I have everything. I have all the correct values here. I'm going to save this. Just going to close the other connection string. Okay. And what I need to do next is refresh this, see if I could open up. I'm still getting the required license. Let me review my, oh, I think I didn't save. I know what happened. I didn't save the config. Oh, power man. Okay. Yeah, I didn't save it. So let me do it again. Point to, if you have the same problem, this is really common. Just have to make sure that the path to your data is correct. Um, so the path to the data folder in your local should be the one on the data folder. So I'm going to save this, refresh. Okay, there. And then try to log into the backend. This is using a default credential. There. Okay. So that's done. That's how you set it up on your local environment. Okay.